Clap them up.
Life and living share some sort of symbiotic relationships. And in life, we fight a lot of battles continuously. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. All that matters is that we fought, we learned, and most of all, we survived. Madam President and Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, life battles come to us in various forms. And when these battles confront us, it goes deep, very deep, very deep, to the point where that is all we would think about. That is all we would constantly think about. Our health, our education goes deep. Our financials goes deep. But when we are confronted with battles, what we do about them is not as important as the effects it leave on us afterwards, after we would have won or lost. Ladies and gentlemen, my daughter Vanessa, she's now 35 years old, who lives in Trinidad and Tobago, has some battle to speak about. For years, for 10 years, my daughter was a victim of domestic violence, where she was dragged by her fiancé, long black hair, dragged on the concrete floor in her house in the yard. I heard from my daughter. For years, my daughter was made to leave my home and live in community shelters because of fear of her life. For years, my daughter and my grandson and my granddaughter was forced to live hungry because my daughter's fiancé was just taking all the money that we were spending and to satisfy his addiction. It is hard, ladies and gentlemen. I go to Amscot every week, send them money, because it is important that I do. Because if I don't, I fear what will happen. When I visited my daughter last June 2015, she was not home when I arrived. My grandkids was in school as well. So when she came home in the evening, she looked at me. Dad, thanks for coming. It means a lot to me right now because my entire life is going to be. It's ready to take a turn that she don't know what was going to happen. For years, my daughter was trying to take out restraining orders to protect my grandchildren and herself, but to no avail. For years, my daughter was reporting it to the police, local police, and they never come because they don't want to intervene in domestic violence cases. I personally would call them a lot. Those were tough times. Really, really tough, knowing that my daughter is in difficulty and nobody is coming to the rescue. It was hard on me as a father. But she looked at me when she arrived home and she said, "Dad, thanks for coming." Or one of her eye sockets were so badly broken and retina was bleeding. So her face was a beautiful face, smooth face that I know my daughter had. In 10 years' time, it was all ridden with scars and bruises. I saw it. I was speechless, to the point of what to do. It was a lot going on. It left me a high level of psychological damage, knowing that my daughter is living in my house and she can't even live there or be happy for one day in her life. And then, lo and behold, she smiled. She said, "The money that you were sending me saved my life." Wasn't probably saved my life, it did, because that money I was using to buy my safety. That money I was using to buy my children's safety. But the smile gave me that courage to say, okay, she fought, she learned, but there was one thing that was missing and I was looking for, a little inkling of her emotions. But then she says, "Dad, go around in this house and you're going to see written on the walls, Psalm 91, on the walls of our house. God will protect you from all dangers." And for 10 years, my daughter lived that way, in all the pain and the suffering. And when she fell down, according to Les Brown, famous motivational speaker, she fell on her back. Because she fell on her back, she was able to look up. As she looked up, her reasons brought her back up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaving on the 18th of next month.